Can I turn it off and turn it back on?
Just leave it right there, I think.
I thought I did that last time when it came back on.
It didn't come back on.
Let's just leave it.
It
Let's go ahead and do the,
seemed to be working.
yes, to the pledge of allegiance.
Which is to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The meeting to order at 6:30 and the button. Okay, minutes from the last meeting are pretty short and sweet.
Sweet minutes, I have read those short sweet minutes.
Mhm.
It's a big study of thought. I second.
I'll approve, approving the meetings from March 25th, 2026. Motion carries. The colors of the paper is different because I ran out of paper, so I had to dig up some old resume paper. Okay, great. The best part, reports from Great West Engineering.
Few things, maybe we'll start, maybe a quick update. Guess I'll let Jesse review where we're at with the bidding process for the production wells. I just brought a project manual. I'm sure you guys got it electronically. I don't know if you got a hard copy or if you want a hard copy. But this is what it looks like.
Okay, I don't remember.
Did you send it electronically to these guys? Do you remember? Anyways,
The link.
I think you probably would prefer electronically, would be my guess.
Okay.
I don't need a copy.
Okay, so we can make sure you get that electronically, but this just lines out all of the requirements, so there's most of this in here is like. Kind of the fine print and the funding agency requirements and things like that, like the yellow section here is like how the contractor actually puts a bid together. And the green section is like, tells them what they're, need to include in their bid prices, the measurement and payment. And then there's some project specifications telling them how to build it, how it needs to be built. So the rest of it's a lot of just legalese and funding agency requirements. That's why it's so thick. So anyway, so we will send you an electronic link to that. You're welcome to look through it. And then maybe Jesse, you can go through kind of the timeline just as a reminder of what the timing is on that.
Okay, so moving along, that invitation to bid went out last Wednesday, got published in the paper. I was published again next Wednesday. So the 29th, next Wednesday, we'll have that pre-bid meeting. Thanks for getting that conference room.
Ms. Corey, thank you.
Okay. Appreciate that. So we meet here and the Hydro Solutions will come and answer any well-specific questions, and drillers, people that are thinking about bidding on the project will show up. So we'll go through anything that we need to do with the project, and then we'll follow up with a site visit over there, let the drillers see access, any concerns. So that'll be next Wednesday.
So on that pre-bid meeting, I mean, you are all welcome to attend. You don't have to.
Oh, okay.
There's no like board action. It'll just be a discussion of the project. Answer any questions. The other thing I just had a thought, just a reminder for us, is we should maybe let Steve Marks know about that in case he wants to attend. When you said land access and stuff like that. Just
I plan on it.
Yeah, that's almost good. Perfect. Do we have to see the room was arranged like this? We don't need to set up any different.
Yeah.
So that pre-bid meeting is going to be in this room?
Yes.
And what was the date?
Next Wednesday, 29th.
At what time? 2 p.m.
And the notice went out in the last week's paper?
So it's called the invitation to bid. So it's actually one of the first documents in this bidding document. And so it describes the project. It says, when they have to turn bids in, link it into our Quest CDM website where they can turn an electronic bid, talks about funding. And yeah, just gives them, we have to put some special CDBG language in there. That's one of the funders. So just has all that.
Great.
Estimated cost off the top of your head?
So our engineers estimate the construction right around 380,000.
So we're going to spend over 180 or West. Make up their. remaining, regrets.
One of the other funders, you have many to choose from.
Is there much match requirements we have to? Is that going to be an issue this time, or that's still too early for that?
That won't be an issue.
So what exactly are they getting?
Just the drilling of the two production wells and some the aquifer testing, like the construction of the wells themselves. So none of the piping or, you know, the pump house or anything like that, just the two wells. Do we include the pumps in this or just, no pumps, yeah, so then, so they'll do like all the aquifer testing and everything like that, and then, even water quality, all of the testing that we need to do to satisfy DEQ, because right now we just have a conditional approval on those wells, and then we have to do all the testing that will support both the water rights application at some point, and then also DEQ, and then in the next phase, we would have somebody come in, or as part of like the pump house and the piping phase, the contractor would complete the wells and install the pumps and then connect them with pump piping.
So yeah, it'll be steel casing, grouting to 45 feet, and then perforated screens is the main components. So with that, after the pre-bid meeting, that puts us on schedule for bid opening at 5-13. I believe I said that at 2 p.m. We're gonna have that at the Great West office. And you all are more than welcome to attend. It'll be.
So Wednesday,
It is Wednesday.
I think I'm gonna be able to make that.
And we can also provide, there's a virtual link as well for that. Because
Okay.
some contractors submit their bids electronically and then they just join the Teams link, so we can send that to you.
And so at that bid opening, we'll read all of the responsive bidders aloud, lowest bid. We'll do reference checks, make sure that they have capabilities to do the wells. It can take a couple days. Just make sure all the paperwork's in order that we require with the bid. And then.
Yeah, what time is it?
2.
And then if everything checks out, then we'll be able to award the bid. There are a few stipulations with awarding the bid. One of them being that CDBG environmental review environmental review. We need to have a final determination of that. But that is based off of our most recent schedule. That should be done 5-20. So 1 week after bid opening, which times out pretty well to get everything in a row. And so 5-20, I know that's not a normal meeting time, 5-27, I believe is the next.
It's the next meeting.
If everything is looking good, no hangups from CDBG, we can award that 5-20.
I'll be gone. I'll be accreditation.
Because we do need a meeting to award the bid, right?
Yeah, I think that would take formal action.
Yeah,
Okay.
27 is too late.
We can do it, and it just gives the contractor another week to get submittals in, materials ordered. With that,
Well, I guess I could call him and that'd be all right. I'll be in Great Falls that evening. Just have to skip dinner, just. No, it's fine. I mean, I can call in. I want to.
we can also do it on the 21st. For some reason, I just keep going on Wednesday schedule.
Well, that's just our normal meeting, yeah.
You can also do it in the
I'll be gone.
middle of the afternoon, and you don't have to have a meeting in the evening.
Well, I'll be on the road. So, but Thursday is the 21st. I'll be back in the afternoon. So we have to submit something to the paper. Special meeting, if we do that.
If you're gonna make a decision, it would be good to know that,
Yeah. With one item on the agenda.
So does that work for you guys?
I believe so. If I can't be present, I'll be present by phone.
Um,
Okay, that first install that day. It's okay.
What time would you guys like to do that?
I'd still like to do the evening because I'm not sure exactly when I'll be done on Thursday with the accreditation team. I think we'll be back in town about lunchtime of that afternoon and we're done. So 6:30 still okay with you guys on Thursday? Well, I just gotta make sure this room's open though. That's where it gets so tricky. So gotta make sure that this room's available.
If it's not, you can do it on the holiday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one thing, it's gonna be,
Yeah,
everybody in agreement, bye, okay, meeting adjourned, away we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
May 21st, 6:30. Special meeting.
So that meeting's gonna be the 21st.
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, just having extra for the contract.
Yeah. We're getting close to the.
yeah, we're cutting it close.
Yeah, we're already cutting it close. All right, that sounds good. Okay,
Then, once we award construction, June and July, we have the contract set at 45 days. So. Do that.
So you have to spend, we have to spend that 180,000 or whatever it was in the ARPA funding. But we can pay materials and storage, we can pay requisition fees, so we can, file the application in June, that will get us there, no problem.
okay,
So that's why we're not concerned with construction, going past that June 30th, it's just making sure we spend.
okay. So that's all we have left is 180K.
In the ARPA, night grant, or, yeah, night grant.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's production wells progress, the only item we need on our end for that is the construction oversight contract, which is included in the task order 2 amendment.
Yeah,
11.
we got that.
Sent over. Also included with that is the distribution and storage. Design.
So I didn't see that on this. Is that going to be another? Okay, I just missing it.
Yep, so the scope of work here describes it's the new distribution system and the storage tank and some land acquisition work again to find a place for the storage tank. Some site investigation because we're going to go to each individual property to figure out service line locations for the new water services. So some time in there for people to spend on site to work through all of that. I also included some time to do a subdivision application if necessary, or whatever it may take for you all to move towards purchasing the land from Steve Marks. Then the second paragraph here is the construction oversight for the wells. And so what we're contracting for distribution and storage is this preliminary and final design phase.
Okay.
And then this construction phase includes the construction oversight and construction management for the wells.
Okay.
And then I also increased the grant administration fees just because it's been a while since I did that and we're out of budget for that. And so this will just keep like adding on every time we do, and we've done a lot of amendments.
Yes.
So I try to just keep updating this table to hopefully make it easy for you all to follow what you've actually contracted. So, and then this matches, I know you signed those draw requests and there's a uniform status up on the spreadsheet in there that tracks every dollar spent and which funding it's supposed to come from and everything. And that kind of follows the engineering
This is
concept
just
as
a
well.
summary of that.
Correct.
Okay.
So yeah, one contract amendment, but it covers both of those items.
Okay.
And that knocks off a couple things on our list, I guess, there.
Preliminary schedule for that, survey, design, and acquisition, all that, 2026, and hoping that we can bid as early as 27. So.
I think that is just tricky because we still have to work through all the water rights stuff.
I know.
So we're gonna be kind of doing, and you guys are already contracted for that. And so as we get these wells drilled and have that information, we'll be able to kind of focus a heavier effort on that with Hydro Solutions. And then Meanwhile, kind of work along parallel paths where we're getting all the design and approval in place, and then the water rights will be moving along, and then we'll just have to play it by ear and make a decision as to when you're actually ready to, put a project out to bid or finalize our loan package or whatever that might look like. So that's like probably the best case scenario, I would say, because, yeah.
So we wouldn't put out for bid on the construction end of it until we have water rights, is that correct?
I think we need to, I mean, I don't know, I think we have to at least have some assurances that we're gonna get the water rights and deal, like where we're at. I don't think we wanna get too far ahead of ourselves.
That's my concern.
Yeah, so I just wanna make sure, we'll just have to maybe discuss it as we're moving along and make sure we're not getting too far out of ourselves. I think that getting the design and the permitting and the approvals in place doesn't do any harm. I mean, those approvals, once you get the DEQ approval, it's good for 3 years. Plus we applied for that CDS grant. And I don't know, were you copied on the email?
Yeah, with all those
Where
questions.
they asked, so I responded to that. So they actually reached out and said, Sheehy's office did, and said, we are interested in submitting this for funding. Could you give us some follow-up information? So I provided some additional information. I thought that was encouraging.
Yes.
And so their schedule, you want to be ready to go like in 2027. So I think that's another, reason to get the designs in place and have things just kind of ready for funding opportunities.
That'd be fiscal 27, so September, or the September after that.
Yeah.
So that's where it gets a little tricky.
Yeah, it'll be always sticky. You'll have to figure out what their timeline is, and federal government doesn't move particularly fast. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, those are just some things that are hanging out there, and you have funding in place. I don't think there's any risk really with at least getting some design and permitting and approval in place for the rest of the project. I mean, we'll start with, like Jesse said, the surveying and probably want to land, figure out where we want to take and start talking to city probably, or it's not open to where we're thinking like.
Okay. Can you summarize that for us and email it to our email, and we should be able to see it to help them with the notes?
It's very helpful. Has Steve indicated any thoughts that he might sell us a water right?
I don't know that we have asked that directly of Steve.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's probably one of the largest ones.
Yeah, I think Solutions has alluded to it. But we haven't actually sat down and hashed through that yet.
If I remember right, isn't there a bunch of water rights up the end of Clancy Creek from the mine up there?
Yes. And they were going through bankruptcy, is that right? And we had reached out, I know at one point Hydro Solutions had reached out to their attorney without any luck getting any response. So I think that is on their list though, to continue, researching and pursuing.
Didn't Red Cliff have some extra water rights that they might also do to?
Last fall, I met with Russ, who's in water rights for Hydro Solutions. He mentioned Red Cliff may have 15 to 20 acre feet.
So what do we need?
Looks to be about 60.
Okay.
And that would provide for average day demand for the 20-year planning horizon.
Okay.
So that'll, the work on that will become a higher priority now once we get these wells in the ground and come all out for testing and the data we need to support that.
So when we get to the point where we have all those numbers, we have the water, not the rights yet, we have the water, we have the numbers and all that. And so that's gonna make us more shovel ready. So we have a better chance of some of these other grants possibly.
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is what we presented in that CDS application. And then, I don't know what else might pop up, like, I don't know for sure, what funding opportunities, if any, are gonna pop up over the next couple of years, that we haven't already pursued, but.
Great.
Yeah.
Any more questions? Anything else?
Well, the other update would be on the easement. The lease agreement.
Yes, I have that on the agenda. further down.
Okay, yeah, so that'll be, I don't know if anybody has any questions on that, I just try to keep you updated through emails and follow back and forth with the changes.
Yeah, no, I looked through it. and
So,
It's pretty straightforward. I mean, I didn't see anything in there that needed to be changed, Bill, and the one has some questions possibly.
I do, happy to check. So from your email this morning, I think it's yours, Colin. With that, I'm hoping you all can respond back with two things. Once the cost related
Oh, that was
and no taxes is added to the agreement, then
that was an old email.
Yeah,
I just replied to that email, but I attached the new version of the easement
Yes.
document.
that's an old,
So,
Gmail is kind of weird. You
Yeah.
have to,
it
Yeah.
is, yeah, so it,
I read this and I didn't see anything against the taxes.
we ended up not doing this. I talked to Steve and I believe I talked to Bob too on the phone, and Steve had it as well, and Corey, and it seemed to really, in my mind, and what I told Steve Marks was like, that seems very cumbersome to have to figure out the taxes, and the county doesn't have the ability to go like take away your property taxes. And so what if we just, because if you recall, when we very first started this, we started off with an annual lease payment.
Right.
So my suggestion to Steve Marks was, what if we just go back to that, and that can
Yeah.
cover whatever. And he came back with, yeah, but it doesn't need to be $1,500. Let's just throw in $500 for now.
Yeah.
So we put in $500 with the ability to reevaluate that cost every 2 years.
We're just making a big circle.
yeah.
Big, I've gone, I think I've gone around that.
Well, thank you for that.
So when the property taxes are computed, is it gonna be on $200,000 worth of development on that little acre?
Yeah.
Or ag?
Yeah, I think you have to you have to kind of prorate it based on what the eased land that you're actually encumbering, but honestly, if we move towards purchasing the property, it's gonna become.
Well, it's true. But we don't have any income right now, so who's gonna pay the property taxes?
Well, it'll be a lease payment, it won't be a property tax. Steve Marks will pay the property taxes, you're just reimbursing him for the.
Okay,
We're just, our lease,
We're just
lease
renting
agreement
it.
right now is $500.
okay,
Yeah.
That's what's on the table. So if his taxes are only 200 for that section, he makes 300, but 600, he loses 100.
that's pretty small number.
That's pretty hard to just cut that little
Yeah.
section out.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can't grow hay in there anyway.
No. But will our share of that, or the percentage of that acreage would be our share of the property tax?
No, this does not obligate you to pay any property taxes. This obligates you to pay $500 a year.
Okay.
That's it.
So Steve is developing that alfalfa field right now.
Is he?
Oh, is he?
I don't know. I don't
He's,
like.
he's got a lot of yards and yards of fill in there.
I think he's bringing it up so he doesn't get caught on that floodplain.
In the floodplain.
I don't think he's developing it. He's just
Okay.
mitigating.
Very well.
That seems to be.
I should have asked him last night. He was at my
That
house.
seems to be the common theme in Clancy right now. When you get ahead of that flood.
Because it's not floodplain yet.
Not yet.
So, yeah, it's on your agenda for later to take action, but I believe Steve notarized it, signed it, dropped it.
Yes,
off.
and that will have, you need to help me figure out what I'm
And
supposed to be
so,
signing.
I think it needs to be notarized. with
Yes.
a signature as well. If you have a notary in the
Okay.
office, if you would like to come into the office.
Tomorrow?
Or, yes. if
Okay,
it's
let's do that then.
So you guys can take that. And then, some talk about water rights and CDBG environmental is working its way through, so I think that pretty well covers everything we have to update on.
So, yes. Thank you.
Mhm.
Do we need to give you approval to go ahead and start the wheels moving to purchase the property tonight?
Yeah, so I did include some language in that contract amendment to budget some time for us to work with the surveyor, probably get it surveyed, get it appraised, we wouldn't do the appraisal, I didn't include
Right.
for that would be somebody different, but, We could, contract with a surveyor, we could help coordinate that appraisal,
So we got
And-
5 years. How long does it take to do?
it
this?
doesn't take.
So that, we don't, I don't wanna rush into it
Yeah, I don't think
until
we
we
need
know
to
what
rush,
everything
and
is.
I don't think we need to like do it tomorrow or anything, but, it's possible they're gonna DEQ will require us to go through a subdivision review process, which I don't, I don't know why, but
Because the
we,
law says you're not supposed to have to.
yes, so we're gonna try not to have to do that, but if DEQ won't approve our project, otherwise we may just have to. So we can help you guys through that.
Didn't Steve also mention that he has a surveying company he prefers that?
He did, and I will work with him on that.
Okay.
Do you remember, was it JRT or?
Yeah, it sounded
No.
like something like that, it was the initials.
I can't remember. We just use them for the clinical and Boulder, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, and I'm fine using whoever, so I'll work with Steve and ask and.
Once we would own the property, we're sort of a quasi-government agency. We don't pay any property tax, right?
Correct.
You are a government agency. You're a government entity.
Right, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
We're part of the government.
Yes, you're-
Where's my retirement?
There's some of the taxes you will pay, like if you had like a mosquito or garden. Some of those fees you would still pay,
Right.
the taxes themselves, I don't think there's any taxation on it.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
here
levy.
just to move ahead on this then. It's,
Yeah.
You know, because we don't know if there's gonna be a hang up and. Yeah, congratulations.
And the language in there, we took the county out of that altogether, because Steve didn't wanna. Steve had it in there, if you guys dissolved, the county would automatically have to appraise it and purchase it. He wouldn't just give us the lease to move on with the lease, he didn't wanna do that. He said, if you guys dissolve, the county's gonna buy it. So we backed out of it, so now it's pretty imperative you guys do
Need to
purchase
buy
it
it.
at
Okay,
some point, so we
Okay.
don't lose it.
okay,
Yeah, and so that's why I added that into that.
okay, okay, I didn't
Just
understand
not
that.
excited that and make sure that that became something.
Okay.
Yeah, we tried back and forth trying to get him to accept something besides
Yeah.
just.
He doesn't want to deal with Jefferson County.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
That's what it was.
Okay, well, I didn't get that part.
And I'm assuming some of the grants will pay for this process and the purchase. I'm assuming.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
we have that, I have that all in the budgeted engineering process to actually go through the DEQ process, and then we do have a budget line item for, purchase of properties. So
So that should be
I'm hoping that's.
grant
more than enough.
funding.
I know, that's what I was wondering.
So when we get the appraisal and we work through all of that, we can.
Okay. Well, let's keep things hopping along.
All right, so we need to have a motion to approve the use agreement for Mark's Ranch Incorporated for the production wells for the Clancy Water Sewer District. So, thank you.
This easement agreement, you were talking about the easement agreement?
Yes,
Mine doesn't have a date on it.
well, I will sign it today or tomorrow. I'll have it signed tomorrow at Great West. We have to have it notarized. So as of March or April 23rd.
I make a motion, we accept the easement agreement that's being presented for the production mills from Steve Marks.
Do I have a second?
A second.
All approve?
Aye.
Motion carries. Yay. Big, huge step forward. Okay, so I will go to your office tomorrow afternoon.
Wait a minute.
Too late. There's 2 copies here, so I'll have to do it twice.
Yeah, we can do it twice, and then we can do it, we'll give Steve that copy. I'll look at the photo for us, but you guys will have a copy. You maybe recorded with Emily this meeting.
Mhm. Okay, so the next line item, of course, not fun for you guys, but 3 invoices in that order.
More appraisals.
We did kind of jump ahead. on
Oh, yeah,
these.
that is who he said. I know him.
So the first invoice dated 2/24, invoice 38849. $50,293.37. Big chunk of it was Hydro Solutions, 22. Support, and then it does mostly, and then Hydro Solutions is the majority of it. How much?
Which one is it? Is it?
This is February 24, 38849. You can have this copy if you want.
I'm sure I've got them all. I
Okay,
just gotta
yeah.
make notes so I
Right,
can
I
give
know.
them to Ellen to make claims for them.
Okay. And get a motion
I
to,
make a motion to approve invoice number 38849, dated 2/24/6, $50,293.37.
get a second.
I second.
All approve.
Uh,
Motion carries to pay invoice 38849. Thank you. Two more to go. Next one, invoice number 39103, dated 3/24/2026. This one is $44,092.51. It looks like the biggest chunk of 35,000 was the Hydro Solutions work. Project administrator, etc.
I make a motion, we accept invoice number 39103, dated 3/24/26. Total of $44,092.51.
I second the motion.
All approve. Motion carries. Okay, invoice 39103. Last one. Invoice number 39451, dated 4/22/2026. This in total $37,269.41. And it looks like Hydro Solutions, the big chunk of it. Geological investigation, 1260.
And I make a motion that we pay invoice number 39451, dated 4/22/26. For the amount of $37,269.41.
I second the motion.
All approved.
All right.
Motion carries. Pay invoice 39451. Cool. Right now. So we've already discussed and decided on the permanent easement for the production well. The next one is discuss and decide amending the Great West contract for construction inspection for distribution and storage design. That pretty much covers it. So this one is Exhibit A, task order number 2, amendment number 11. Great West Engineering project number 1-19259. Got a summary here. And it looks like the total difference is $276,000.
Oh, that's the amendment, that's the dollar amount amended onto the original contract.
Correct. Yes.
I understand. Clear.
Yeah. This project's like December, but it's not like it's.
I think it's,
But we already knew from the very beginning that we could do.
Yes, yes. A little at a time, again, just so we're not getting too far ahead of ourselves and we're able to contract.
Maybe approve this.
Well, that's just for your review, unless you do already said.
no, that's my, no, don't sign that one. I just need a motion to approve contract amendment number 11 for Great West Engineering.
I move we approve contract number 11, contract amendment.
For an increase of $276,000.
Second?
All approve?
I
Motion carries. All right, that one's done. And then just can decide on reviewing bids and awarding public well drilling contract. That will be moved to special election. What was that? May 21st, 2 p.m.
6:30 is.
Yep, 6:30 at the Clancy Library meeting room. Thank you. Any other announcements, correspondence? No, I don't think so. Yeah, I haven't done anything in the mail.
I had mail for you for some reason.
Oh. Okay, did we pay our insurance bill?
What's that?
Do we still owe on the insurance?
I'm not sure. I didn't open it. You didn't know that one. Can't open it.
I don't know who these are.
That could be just advertising.
Yeah, we haven't never been mail. Let's see what the insurance says here. We're very pleased to share with some exciting news. Yeah, it's not a bad.
Oh, they're getting gobbled up by McClellan or what's that?
Oh, Marsh.
Marsh McClellan.
That's who I work with.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like sites is going in with them.
They were all, they used to be part of,
Montana International or?
my aunt used to work for the company that Marsh bought out,
Oh.
Zula. So,
Yeah, you might
they're-
open that other one.
yeah, they're
Or,
gobbling
I don't know.
everybody up.
It's an advertisement as well, I don't know.
Yeah. Oops, notice of policy conditional renewal, National Union Fire Insurance. I don't think this belongs to us.
Fire insurance?
General liability war exclusion clarification of coverage.
I wonder if it's just a,
Black feller underwriting.
we might have to get all the sites and ask them what it is.
Yeah.
Probably has to do with your errors and omissions policy, just information to all their policy holders that kind of change stuff, but
Yeah, I don't recognize the insurance group. You do? You know who these are? Do you want me to do it again, checking this for me, or do I have to do it?
up to you, if you want me to get all the sites and ask them what that is.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I
Okay.
don't, not that legit or not, I keep this one. Great news that they got bought out. Since I work with them already anyway, so that makes it easier. Okay. Respondents. Since our opportunity for public comment, do you have anything in
Well, circling back to the easement agreement, there's nothing in here mentioning the money that changes hands, is that gonna bite us in the rear? $500 a year.
Oh, there's an invoice on the back of the easement. Yeah, we'll have to approve the invoice the next meeting. Yeah, it says $500. Yeah, but I don't, the invoice, which is also I was having a question about, it's about a credit card sale for $1,000. Their credit card invoice for $1,000. It was, he attached it to the,
Is it attached to both of them?
just one, just,
I wonder if we, maybe didn't mean to give you this, but you maybe just printed it and it got, we picked stuff up off the printer and.
Something else, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that was that.
okay, I'll
So
get it
you
back
give
to
it back to
Steve.
Steve, then.
It's like, I thought it was 500, not 1,000. That's what really say.
I do imagine he will.
Yeah, he we'll pay that what our regular process. Yeah, the next meeting, if we get a bill before the next meeting, or the one after that. Yeah. Okay, or do you guys handle that? We do that.
Because that's something that goes on long after Great Western.
Yes, okay,
Like that thinking, well, you own it.
right.
So you might have to pay.
Yeah,
If he, but Steve did not seem very concerned about.
no, no.
Because he was,
Pretty small matter.
yeah, he was very,
Did he,
very much wanting to report.
Yeah.
Make it.
Is it given any hint of where those 10 hookups will be? I guess I asked it.
Yeah, not exactly. I don't have a good feel for what he's envisioning.
It could be up to 10, it could be less than.
I'm not
10.
sure who. No, seriously.
Yeah.
Right. You don't want to cut off his options.
Yeah.
Sure,
Today, that's something he might do 10 years down the road.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
I think you're
That's not
definitely,
gonna
he just
happen.
wants flexibility
Exactly.
to develop that property someday. Yeah.
Because I think the flexibility, of that field that's over behind your shop there, behind Jason's shop, I think he lost his flexibility in that because of the floodplain and because there's, that's part of that's considered wetlands
Yeah.
because of the grasses. So I think he's kind of lost his flexibility there. So
Yes.
the only place left to go is that hayfield.
Okay,
Well, I think we should approve 20 hookups for it, because they're gonna be, that's cash in our hand.
we'll see, we'll originally get to it. May or may not happen anytime soon.
No other comment, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
My second,
Second.
Bill seconds, I agree, I all agree,
I,
pass, we adjourn at, just the longest meeting we've had, 7-Eleven in long time.
Lori, if you want to sign that,
Yes,
contract, I will keep it. And I'll email you that.
yeah, what did I call you?
It's there, it's there.
There it is, my pile, my pile.
How much did you put in for that congressional grant?
2.5 million.
Is that getting close to paying for the whole project with grant then?
That replaces it cuts the anticipated loan amount in half. I think roughly, I want to say we had planned on $1 million loan. And so we asked for the 2 million to replace the ARPA and then another $500,000 to reduce that loan.
Okay, so there still will be a loan amount.
It would still be a loan.
But not as much. So if we get that, then that will really help lower that operating.
Yeah.
Not the operating side of it.
But the debt.
The debt management part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
will
we were
help.
trying to squeak out a little more, but still.
Still make it
That's
work.
too much.
Then we're waiting for them to say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think copy that tomorrow.
Yes. What time do you go tomorrow?
Probably in the afternoon, I have my cars in the stop. Yeah.
Just text me or something, and not around, or then make sure I'm around. Or something, I make sure something.
Perfect. Ooh, that was a.
Yeah.
So what happened to the rest of the